I found the world's funniest toy design fails from all over the world. Like the Invisible Man that's meant to look like this, but I guess the toy took the name a bit literally, and you get an invisible toy you're paying for nothing. We all know Sonic the Hedgehog looks like this, and definitely doesn't look like this. What the heck is that face, and what have they done to his eyes? Sesame Street? Elbow? Elbow? That's not his name. His name's Elmo. How can you spell the name of your toy product wrong? Talking of Elmo, this kid is literally being attacked by Elmo. Why did they think this was a good way of selling the product? It looks like the kid's being suffocated. Somebody help him. Help. What is it? Shark? Why do sharks look a million times less scary when they've got human teeth? Okay, this is a ride I definitely wouldn't let my kids go on. I'm not sure who's designed Woody's eyes, but he's giving me the creepiest stare in the world. Ooh. What is this? Oh. Give the... Oh, what? Wait, it's a vomiting doll. I'm so confused. Who wants that? I mean, it looks kind of satisfying and fun to play with, but so weird. Oh, yes, the famous Poppy Playtime and Mario toy. There's one thing I can promise you about this toy, and that it is definitely not an official product, but hey, it could be a pretty cool crossover. Tactical Santa, based on the movie. What? Since when was Santa in the army? Army Santa is a lot cooler than overweight delivering present Santa. I think Santa should look like this. You found these poor possibly cursed stuffed animals. What is that? It's a fluffy octopus. I have never seen a fluffy octopus in my life, but it does look very cuddly. What? We're still going! It's like a vibrating, laughing, baby, cuddly toy. I'm so confused. We found a faceless Squishmallow at Costco. Wait. It's meant to have a face. It's got no face! It's cursed! Also, potentially quite rare. Sell that on eBay, and you could get a bit of money for it. Oh, it's Yoda. Hello, Yoda. What is going on with his eyes? Whoa, Yoda, chill. Okay, I think one of the eyes is a bit broken. He's like, ugh. What is this? Oh my gosh, it's a grandma. You can give her her teeth, feed her chocolate. What on earth? What? Whoa! What's the point in that? Where have her teeth gone? Working doll from 1970. No, that's cursed, mate. That is cursed. Look at the face. Look at the eyes. The laugh. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night because you accidentally set off this toy at the end of your bed. You'd never sleep again. Coolest toy ever. Twist it up. Was it going to, like, spin? It's like a Beyblade. Okay, I never thought I'd see a spinning Elsa head music playing toy, but I guess it exists. Is this meant to be SpongeBob? What in the cursed green squishy toys is this? You can just about make out his square pants, the iconic square pants. But apart from that, there's not much going on here for SpongeBob. He's being cursed. Yo, I have this. I'm not even joking. This is a real old PlayStation controller. Look. This is the Patrick one. This is the SpongeBob one. These are actually so rare. They cost me hundreds of pounds to buy. They're real. What? Spider-Man? Why on earth do they design the part that goes into the toy to be in that area? I think it may be coming out of his butt. It could be a plastic poop. But without that plastic poop, he would be falling off the car. So it's actually very important for Spider-Man's safety. I have seen all the Cars films, but I have never seen a car that looks like that. It just shows you how creepy and wrong eyes and mouth on a car can be, because that ain't right. Revengers, the Endless Tussle, the Incredible Fella. Mate, what in the Shrek face is that? I mean, the toy actually looks pretty legitimate, but everything else, that is so fake. Oh, no! They've put the eyes and the cheeks the wrong way round. I've never seen a Pikachu look like that. You know what? Give me a second. We get rid of the eyes. It doesn't look... No, it does look quite bad. It looks like Pikachu's cursed and is being controlled by a demon. Oh. Wait, I think I also got this. You put your money in it. It, like, eats your money. Yeah, it is just straight up creepy. I think it'd give me nightmares.
I asked my mom to get me a Thomas Trackmaster.
What? What in the knockoff Thomas the Tank Engine is that? Okay, it's got the logo on. It's got lights. Let's compare that toy with what Thomas the Tank Engine actually looks like right here. Mum definitely got the wrong thing. Okay, this baby is meant to be a sweet baby. Let's have fun together. Yeah, bro, this baby is anything but sweet. It is evil and it ain't happy. Don't pick it. Oh. Surely this is meant to be Mr. Krabs. But it kind of has the body of Patrick and the squirrel character face. I don't know how many SpongeBob characters they've tried to merge together here, but it ain't right. It's the real Cars. Wait. I think my son has this toy, but it does definitely not have 1, 2, 3, 4 eyes. That is extremely cursed. I'll be asking for a refund. Oh, one of these is bootleg toy I got as a kid. Dude, imagine a ruby Pikachu. Oh my gosh, that's that. It could be rare, you know. I'm just saying. Tell one of your mates that the ruby Pikachu is like a 1 in a million Pokemon toy. They may buy it off you for some good money. Okay, what is with Spider-Man and these odd placements on the toy? Can we sort this out, please? Dollar Store Avenger toys. Okay. Painting's not great. Look at the face. It's like Thanos' head. Whoa. Iron Man? Spider-Man? Best Avenger toys ever. Yeah. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Faces on cars can go extremely wrong. I have not letting my kid ride on that thing. You kidding me? Here we've got Marge and Homer Simpson. Oh my. Why have they got silver teeth? Why is Marge's eyes so messed up? Those are cursed Simpsons. Okay, now that's just rude. Why is the log going up there? And why has she got no clothes on? I don't think this toy was made properly. Let's see if I can fix it. What if we put the eyes like this? Like this? How's that? That's not a bad fix, right? That's how a toy should be looking.
I bought janky Pokemon figures on Amazon, and I think they're hilarious.
Okay.
So some of these are actually pretty good, like
those are good.
Snow, Seal,
nice.
Wingull, and Zubat. These are all right. But then
4 of them are okay.
Palpatine.
Why is it green? Why is it so angry? Caution, children sold here. Wait. I'm sorry, what? I thought this was an ice cream truck. Sunday cone shakes sold here. Like, who reads it? Line 1, 2, and 3. That definitely looks like children being sold from that van. I'm sorry. Oh, now that is sick. Wait, what? What? Frozen watch that transforms? What the heck? That's insane. Oh, toilet? Is it one of those weird, like, poopy dolls? Wait, it's a dino. What the heck? Wait, why do you hold it by its neck? Oh, why do you want a pooping, wiggling neck dino? Why does it also look very satisfying?
Hello?
What is this? What the? How? What the? No, what are these cursed, stupidly long? What are they meant to be? Grub mother. Wait, what? You are the mother? Here comes the baby. Why is a boy pregnant? Warning, grub can die. Keep alive with food and love. Wait, it gives you a belly sack to pretend you're pregnant? What is that? That is the most cursed thing I've ever seen in my life. What? Oh my... Just as I thought I'd seen the most cursed thing ever. Get ready for it. Wind it up. And then... Ah! What? Imagine going into a store and a mannequin has a face looking like that. Looks like the mannequin's soul is trying to escape its body. That is weird. And time to... Oh my goodness. Time to play piano, but look, the reflection is cursed. If this reflection was real, we should be seeing this side of her head, but instead, she's looking at us from both the reflection and her picture. Ah! cursed child is playing the piano. This toy controller, as you may have spotted, has an off switch and an on switch. Except there is no switch at all. So you physically can never turn this toy on. Oh my goodness. Okay. You look at the first Nemo and think that's a bit cursed, especially the teeth. But the second and third, who puts real human teeth on fish? Never do that. Yes, let's play Doctor, where we'll have a toothbrush, some Skittles, and then a gun? What? I don't think doctors use guns, people. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, what? Okay, so it's meant to be a koala. I can gather that from the picture. But it has a Mario logo on it. I don't know where this exists, but I need to know how it came about. Wow. My first pet funeral. Very sad, but maybe a good learning process for kids. Not everyone lives forever. But don't call your cat fat. That's just mean. Oh, yes, it's Mickey Mouse and Woody. Wait. For $100? I'm sorry, unless this was some really old official collaboration and could be resold for a lot of money, this is a scam. It's a scam. Don't get it, people. Don't get it. Oh, what is this? Laughing cow. No. Moo! If the eyes weren't doing weird lights and he wasn't shaking, it would be okay. Look, when it's not doing anything, it's kind of a cute toy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but as soon as you turn it on, no. Wow. I don't even know where to start on this one. Is it a baby phone? And why do the numbers only go up to 7? Where's 8 and 9? If anyone has 8 and 9 in their number when you're trying to ring them on the baby phone, you ain't getting through. Wait. Why is its face so messed up? Why? Wait. Notice how it's surrounded by, like, toasters and kettles? Why do you want an electric monkey head in your kitchen next to your toaster? My little horse. Okay. Horse, bug. Not the same thing. You got it wrong. Okay. Nice. Yep, square goes in. Okay. Nice. Yeah, well worked out. It goes in that one. Wait, oh no. Ooh.
Kirby!
PK Flash! Butterfly Punch! Oh! Ha! Hum! Ha! P2! Huh? Ya! Area! Hum! Hiya! Hop! Toria! Toria! Shik! Shik! What? Ow! Hmm? Toria! New! So? PK Freeze! Ha! Huk! Huk! Hello! Eat! Huh? Cock! Hum! Toria! Hum! Sick! Yeah! Automatic!
Kirby!
Thunder! Air Thunder! Arc Thunder! Down! Jump! Speed! Shield! Buster! Smash! 波動拳波動拳炸裂ホッ波動拳波動拳ふっはっやっふん
Sesame!
You! You! Hi! Hi!
Over the past decade of searching for lost media, we've come across all kinds of fascinating and sometimes bizarre topics that have resulted in their own dedicated search efforts. These range from the classics like the Kappa Mikey MTV pilot to the strange Pink Morning cartoon that nobody even thought was real at first. But with the way that lost media works and its unpredictability, you never know when you'll come across a topic that piques your interest so heavily it becomes one of those obsessions again that do make you a little crazy, just because of how you can't quite get to the conclusion you're looking for. This topic itself brings us to the Lost Media Wiki forums, which is the first place I ever saw this posted about. Again, it's one of the best places to find those hidden gems, and might have remained completely unnoticed if it wasn't for the interest it gained here. But before I continue, I should preface this by saying that I did give this topic a little spotlight in a segment last year. If you think it sounds familiar, it's probably for that reason. However, at the time, I had not done as much research on it as I have now, and I probably should have made it a standalone video in the first place, if I knew the depth of it at the time. This really plays into the insanity of this topic that will become more apparent as the search progresses later in the video. But for anyone that doesn't know what this is, and to reset the stage properly, in July 2024, a post showed up from a user named Jupiter on the forums, with a fairly full recollection of a show they remembered from the 90s. It seemingly never made its way back online, so the only memory of it is from Jupiter, and is all we had to go off of. The post reads in part, "Recently, my mom mentioned a children's show called Jumper that my little cousin was obsessed with in the late 90s. So I decided to look it up online, and nothing. It's like the show never existed." And upon these first details, you might think it's just a false memory, or a troll that someone made to send us on a wild goose chase. But it gets more interesting later in the post. Jupiter goes on to explain what they remember Jumper being like, recalling it was similar to Sesame Street, Blue's Clues, and The Big Comfy Couch. And similar to these shows, the main character was a human man actor, with his sidekick being a small frog puppet that talked. He was green with a yellow belly and belly button, as Jupiter recalled, and went on to describe some song lyrics that were sung in the show. This included, "Blue and yellow, green and purple, monsters are just make-believe,"
While these recollections were helpful, there was unfortunately no other defining details or media we could look at to even get an idea of what the show looked like or what we were trying to find. The only other detail we had to work with was a recreation that Jupiter made showing what the scenes were set up like, though they did mention the show was not animated at all. The post ends by Jupiter stating that Jumper never aired on TV, or at least they had never seen it on TV, and that it could have been a locally produced direct-to-VHS series. At one point, their family had VHS tapes of Jumper that were obtained secondhand in the late 90s, possibly giving us a time frame for when the series was made, either the 80s or the 90s. In the days that followed this post, a variety of users came forward and offered ideas for what Jumper really was, posing some questions about episode count, listings in newspapers, and even speculating that merchandise might have been made for it, possibly making it easier to find a plush of the character rather than the media itself. However, in all of these cases, it didn't lead to any direct results, but did allow Jupiter to debunk some of the ideas and narrow in on a better area to search. This is around the time I found the thread, and like I mentioned before, I didn't take it too seriously. To me, it seemed like one of those tip-of-my-tongue styled topics that was probably online already, and it was just so obscure, or Jupiter was misremembering the title, that no one had come across it yet. I even outright said I would just spread it around and maybe it would catch someone's eye, and the solution would simply appear. Compared to the average Lost Media Wiki forums thread, this one actually garnered quite a lot of discussion within its first couple weeks of being posted, as more questions were asked in an effort to get an even more refined idea of what we were looking for. Jupiter came back and responded to some of these suggestions, even believing for a moment it might have been a student project or something homemade. And again, plushes being made, it being related to the Muppets, or any well-known piece of frog media, or that it was religious in tone, were debunked as having nothing to do with the show. At the time, my head was convinced that no one will find this show unless someone has the tapes, because no one in the thread could believe how obscure and undocumented it was. No combination of searching for frog kids show puppets provided any results. And going back to the idea that VHS tapes existed at all, made me grow skeptical that it really was a homemade production in the first place. I started taking the search off of Google results itself, and instead looked at current eBay listings as well as WorthPoint listings by searching for Jumper, thinking something would just come up and had been overlooked for years and years. But I didn't find anything in these early searches, and then sort of put the topic on the back burner, without even having featured it in a video at all yet. This was until a few months later, in November, when the topic made its way to the Lost Media Wiki Discord server, and user Roby proposed a new idea about what it could actually be. This approach focused on the puppets themselves rather than the tape or the cover, and is largely where the segment I made in my other video left off. Basically, Roby's theory discussed the possibility of Jumper being a later creation that reused puppets and assets from another production company. They found a video on YouTube called The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County, which heavily features frog puppets from the collection of Tom Titchener. He's a well-known puppeteer who passed on his collection in the 90s, where they were reused in a variety of different productions. So in this scenario, Roby was suggesting that Jumper was a later production that reused puppets from Tom that were originally made for other productions earlier. Calaveras County is also fairly close to the same location where Jupiter said the tapes were found, so it's possible everything was more or less a coincidence and it all matched up. I was kind of on board with this idea too, until Jupiter debunked it as being the case. The frog puppets were not anything they remembered Jumper looking like, and another user in the Discord server who claimed to have watched Jumper in school was not located in California at the time, so none of these pieces really matched up anymore. At this point, my mind was beginning to shift with how we were going about finding this, and what we were focusing on in our searches. Something I had just then considered was how much of an emphasis we were putting on the name Jumper. I started to speculate that maybe the series could have been named something else and we just had no idea that maybe Jupiter was misremembering. Near the end of this phase of discussion and speculation, Jupiter mentioned that the next time they were in California, they would search through thrift stores for the tapes, in the event that they were abundant in the original area where they were found. And this is when my vision of the search completely shifted, just by reading that line about the thrift store. At that moment it hit me, that when you go to a thrift store, there is no way to specifically search through tapes other than physically going through them. there is no search term you can use to find out what tapes each local thrift store have. You have to go there and manually look. So I thought to myself, why not just apply this line of thinking to the internet? Since we don't have any real photos of Jumper, or even know what it's called for sure, let's take this thrift store approach and start excluding terms like jumper, frog, and puppet, and instead, focus on kids, educational, and 90s. These are the details Jupiter recalled that were not focused on, and I believed that by broadening the search in this way, we had a much larger scope of results and a greater chance that we would stumble upon it. And this is what I started working on after my original segment went out. In January, I came back to this topic and was really determined to get to the bottom of it. The fact that there exists a piece of media that did not find its way online in any form is truly mesmerizing, and it became a little obsession to use the search engine so optimally that it would pull up content that was not being seen in our earlier searches. This is when my hands-on effort with the topic began, and made me realize something I hadn't up to that point. With topics like this, it's easy to conclude that it'll just show up in time, or that someone else with more knowledge can take the helm of the search. But that can result in the topic as a whole getting pushed to the side or losing interest from the community. While someone with a more distinct memory of Jumper could come forward, that's a big if, and even if they did, who knows if this theoretical person would even have any visuals or tapes in the first place. We can speed up this process by looking ourselves. So it was time to begin my deep dive search, and I started by operating under the assumption that Jumper is already online and has been documented somewhere before. We just need to brute force our way through Google with the right keywords and unearth that place where it's mentioned. Going back to what Jupiter said about having seen the tapes in California, specifically San Jose, I looked up some zip codes from the area and searched for educational tapes on eBay only in this location. Up to that point, people only used eBay for tapes anywhere on the site, and not specifically coming from California. This led to my first hit of the search. On eBay, there was one listing for a tape called Echo, You, and Simon 2, which based on the cover, looks exactly what Jumper is being described as. It featured a human character to the left and his otter puppet companion to the right, surrounded by hand-drawn artwork and text that had that 90s era feel to it. The cover also makes it very clear that this is an educational tape, and the back goes on to explain that there are songs and lessons in it that kids will take away from watching it. Now, if the original claim of this topic was just a memory about a kid's show with a guy and a puppet, I would have said absolutely this is what we're looking for. It checks all the boxes, and there is even a small recording of it on YouTube, which further enhances my belief that this would have been it. But clearly it couldn't be, because there's no frog in it. At one point, it was claimed that Jumper might have been a segment in a larger production, and while the rest of this tape in itself is lost media, as there's only this one short clip on YouTube, it does seem unlikely to me that it has anything to do with Jumper itself. However, I got the idea that maybe this one tape was actually part of a larger educational series the company made, and that there were more out there that were released. Perhaps the other ones featured different animal puppets and taught different lessons. So I looked into the name of the company who produced it and their distributor, and while they were both based in California, unfortunately it seems like this is the only thing they ever made or released. It's more of a one-off production and not part of a series. While searching, I did find some other listings for content under their name on a library website, but to me it seems like they were grouped incorrectly because it has nothing to do with educational kids content. Still, I felt like I was on the right track, because if this one eBay search brought up this obscure tape, surely there were more results to be found. I did a few more searches on eBay itself with various search strategies, but didn't find anything that resembled Jumper as close to the Eco tape. So I moved the search to Google itself and deployed another plan. Looking at the way this listing was titled made me believe that most people with a Jumper tape would probably tag it with similar words, especially if the tape is not even called Jumper itself. Again, we go back to that children, videotape, and educational keyword set. So I went to Google Images and tried various combinations of these words, and scrolled down through dozens and dozens of results, just looking for anything that had a frog on it. Occasionally I would throw in the term frog, but oftentimes it would only pull up Muppets content. Then, after a little while of doing this, I came across another lead. This one had nothing to do with the Eco tape and was an all-new find, and maybe resembled Jumper even more accurately. These were a series of children's tapes called What to Do, and featured these really cartoony green frog puppets that were posed very similarly to the mock-up Jupiter had made. And for a second I almost believed I found it. Maybe Jumper was the name of one of these frogs, and the human character would appear in the tapes themselves. And well, they kinda did. I looked on YouTube for clips of this, and there was a lot of content available for it. However, this series goes in a completely different direction than what Jumper is described as. What to Do, as its name states in pun form, is a series of educational safety videos for kids, and teaches them what to do and how to deal with certain situations. They were released by a learning group, and in some cases can deal with serious topics. While some of the episodes are a little less serious, and could have even been where the Monsters Aren't Real song came from, the overall tone and style of this show is not something a kid would put on to watch for fun, as Jupiter explained their cousin would do. These are the kinds of things you'd use as a tool and not for leisure, so that excluded it from the search. I continued to look through Google Images for a while longer, but didn't find any other interesting results and wanted to change my approach. The covers of Eco and What to Do fit the style I was imagining Jumper would be like, and thought that if I could just search for visually similar covers to these ones, I might be able to get even better results than just with words alone. Well, thankfully, Google has search features that allow you to search by image and pull up visually similar ones. I tried it and was greeted with a large variety of kids show VHS tapes from the 80s and 90s. Some of these didn't feature puppets on the cover at all, while some did, but didn't have any frogs, and others were humans posing with puppets. It was such an interesting mix of visuals, I scoured through a few of them, once again, believing that Jumper maybe appeared as a character in one of them, and was not the main character. There was one series I really thought Jumper could have been in, called the Storybook Tree. It had a human character on the front, and an image of him on the back with a guitar, so there must be some songs in it. He was surrounded by puppets on all sides, and each puppet had a name. But I looked through every character, and none were frogs. No one was even named Jumper at all. There was another one called Under the Umbrella Tree, which was a contender too, but once again it shared no similarities other than a human character and animal puppets to what Jumper is supposed to be. It's more evidence to suggest that Jumper is out there somewhere, but we just don't know how to find him. On top of the fact that it's interesting to note how many times the Lost Media Wiki will come up in these search results. It seems like a lot of these older, less remembered puppet shows are actually lost to some degree themselves. But I just couldn't believe how many shows like this did appear, and how many more, farther removed from Jumper, just existed in the first place. A lot of this stuff has probably not been discussed online, or been in people's minds for years, and without knowing the titles of them, you just have no way of finding them unless you searched in a way like I did. Obviously, Jupiter has maintained a pretty strong stance that Jumper was the title of the show, so even if it's not just a segment from something else, it's still not showing up in the search results, for whatever reason. After discovering all this lesser known kids content that I can't imagine has a very big record online, outside of just these tape listings or obscure YouTube uploads, I think it could debunk the theory that Jumper was locally produced or locally released. It's clear that obscure kids content is pretty common just for how much of it exists. I think with that line of thinking, it's more likely that Jumper was just produced by an obscure group, but had a wider release that was forgotten over time. A much more natural progression of lost media than it specifically being made by someone in San Jose for release in the local towns or something. On top of the fact that we don't even know for sure what the covers look like, and are only making assumptions based on similar ones we've found. After discussing this with Jupiter once more, they provided even more similar looking content they had come across that was confirmed not to be Jumper, including the Clyde Frog Show, Happy Herb and Froggy Doo, the Swamp Critters of Lost Lagoon, the New Zoo Review, Hector's House, Frog and Toad Are Friends, and Andy's Gang with Froggy and Gremlin. Some of these shows are as old as the 60s, so it was suggested that maybe Jumper originates from decades earlier, and Jupiter just happened to get the tapes in the 90s. That's just speculation though, and this is where the search stands as of now. I am fairly confident that even if recordings of Jumper are not actually online anywhere, that there is at least a mention or listing of him in a place we just haven't discovered yet. It seems likely to me given all of the obscure kids content that I came across during this search. For Jumper to slip through the cracks like that does not seem like an anomaly, and rather just a result of how much content has existed for this area of entertainment. Though at the same time, we can't debunk the local theory completely, or that it was a segment in another show. I just feel like those are less likely, given the recollection we have to work with. In conclusion, Jupiter says they don't remember any other attributes of the show other than the human character and frog, as well as those song fragments. So this is still the main objective to look for, unless Jupiter's recollection is simply incorrect, which we have no way of knowing. I think the best strategy to continue using is searching through Google for obscure kids show puppet content and hoping to stumble across it, unless someone with a stronger memory of the show can come forward. For now though, the origins and content of Jumper will remain a mystery. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out some of my other Lost Media videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Finn.
Pare tudo o que está fazendo nesse momento para escutar isso aqui. Te parece familiar? Você já teve algum brinquedo emitindo esse som? Ou conhece alguém que teve um celular de plástico comprado em uma loja de R$1,99 com esse exato áudio? O telefone de plástico que cantava "Ai, ai, ai, a Olivia não tem pai" não é apenas um fenômeno chinês ou brasileiro, mas sim um fenômeno mundial que atravessou oceanos e fronteiras, alegrando as crianças de infância humilde. No vídeo de hoje, vamos nos aprofundar mais na história de um brinquedo extremamente popular nos anos 2000 que pode não parecer, mas envolve várias histórias e fatos bem interessantes. Os telefones de brinquedo não são brinquedos tão recentes assim. Não sabemos com certeza quando surgiu de fato o primeiro telefone de brinquedo, mas eu lembro que pra mim, né, telefone de brinquedo eram aqueles de lata. Com lata de milho dava um efeito bem mais da hora. E essa ideia é de 1660 e bolinha, quando Robert Hooke fez experiências com a transmissão de som através de um fio esticado e estendido. Mas o brinquedo que mais se popularizou nesse quesito de telefonezinho de brinquedo para crianças, né, aquela coisa mais colorida e amigável, foi o Chatter Telephone. É um brinquedo para crianças de 12 a 36 meses de idade que foi introduzido em 1961 pela Fisher-Price como Talkback Phone para bebês e crianças. É esse telefonezinho aqui que já ganhou várias e várias adaptações, e provavelmente você que pegou essa época, você teve uma imitação barata dele em casa. Logo nas décadas seguintes surgiram várias outras versões de telefones de brinquedo brinquedo dos mais variados tipos. A maioria deles contava com áudios e ruídos ao apertar os seus botões, tinham também funções mais interativas, haviam outros também que tinham funções diferentes. Esses telefones simulavam conversas e era como se a criança estivesse realmente usando um telefone de verdade. Essa era a graça do brinquedo. Também começaram a surgir vários telefones de brinquedo com uma função parecida com a de um walkie-talkie, mas eu não irei me aprofundar nesses casos porque o walkie-talkie ele ainda será tema de vídeo aqui no canal, beleza? Aqui o foco será nos musical phone toys. Resumindo, né, aqueles telefoninhos que você aperta o botão e sai uma musiquinha. Na década de 80 nós temos a criação do Play School Electronic Musical Phone, que nada mais é do que um telefone sem fio com a função de mini tecladinho. E aí agora eu me lembrei daqueles estojos, nossa, isso aí era o meu sonho de infância ter um. Aqueles estojos que vinham com um tecladinho. Eu amava brincar com um teclado de brinquedo, mas eu acho que não daria muito certo eu ir com um desses pra escola. E junto dele, ao longo dos anos, várias outras versões parecidas surgiram também, e isso ao redor do mundo, sejam eles piratas ou não. Mas esse tipo de brinquedo começou a se popularizar mais a partir da década de 90 e início dos anos 2000, e já nessa fase eles tinham um formato de celular, já não era mais aquele formato de telefone ou daquele telefone sem fio tijolão. A coisa agora já tinha dado uma modernizada, eles ganharam esse formato flip phone, ou celular com telinha porém tijolão, mas ainda assim existiam as versões que eram de fato em um formato de telefone. Alguns também continham áudios que simulavam uma conversa, como eu já comentei antes com vocês, e um exemplo que fez bastante sucesso foi o Super Talking Barbie Flip Phone. Esse brinquedo aí, meus nobres, era assim a criança mais rica do bairro tinha. Eu nem sei se era vendido no Brasil, acho que pra você ter esse brinquedo você tinha que ter um parente rico que viajasse para os Estados Unidos, ou você era o parente rico. Outro exemplo também é que no Japão tivemos vários desses brinquedos, tinham os da Sailor Moon, que eu acho muito fofo. Eu tenho 30 anos e queria ter eles. E é claro que várias fábricas de brinquedos para bebês também lançaram as suas versões, então até hoje em dia a gente vê esse tipo de brinquedo sendo vendido tanto para criança quanto para bebê, mas vocês já sabem, né? Se tem uma versão para os ricos, é preciso de uma versão para os humildes, como nós. E já deixando claro, é impossível citar todas as versões existentes desse brinquedo, porque foram milhares e milhares de versões, sejam elas oficiais ou não. Então aqui só vou deixar alguns exemplos para vocês. Tem essa versão que é bem conhecida nos Estados Unidos, que é o Toy ou Revamp Magic Sound Musical Flip Phone Toy, que são da metade dos anos 90 e foram fabricados por uma empresa localizada em Hong Kong. Tinha esse também que vinha com um pager de brinquedo. Eu já tive essa versão aqui desse vídeo, exatamente essa versão, só que a carcaça era diferente. Ela era numa cor verde escuro, metalizado. Era uma pintura meio glitter metalizada, imitando aquela época dos anos 2000, que tudo era futurístico. E eu me achava muito com ele. Mas no fundo do meu coraçãozinho meigo, que vocês conhecem, eu também queria um Butterfly Phone da Barbie, das princesas da Disney. Esse sonho eu ainda não realizei. E aqui eu usei esse termo, né, o borboleta fone, porque de fato esse modelo de brinquedo se tornou tão popular que mundialmente muita gente se refere a ele dessa forma. Aliás, tem até uma página na Wiki dedicada a eles. E você achando que ter esse celularzinho era uma particularidade sua? Não, você estava bem enganado. Os Butterfly Phones são telefones de brinquedo piratas fabricados por várias empresas, sendo 99% dos casos empresas chinesas. Esse brinquedo possui muitas variações que vão desde personagens conhecidos até franquias licenciadas, desenhos, filmes, animes e etc. Esse brinquedo geralmente se assemelha a um flip phone, embora já tenham versões mais modernas. Olha só, né? Estamos todos caminhando aí para a terceira idade porque já tem a versão smartphone desse brinquedo. E aí, você pressiona o botãozinho e depois, né, vem aquela musiquinha, que a gente cantava tudo errado, mas tudo bem. Algumas versões também possuíam chips diferentes com outras músicas ou outros efeitos sonoros. Por exemplo, algumas versões vinham com a música Ibiza, do Venga Boys, ou também com canções indianas e árabes. Então, existe uma variação, embora a maioria maçante venha com a musiquinha Ai, 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 a Olivia não tem pai. E era engraçado que na época, a gente nem sabia direito qual idioma estavam usando no brinquedo, e por incrível que pareça, esse fenômeno é mundial. Assim, é mundial em partes, pois em vários países onde o idioma oficial não era o inglês, geralmente países mais humildes, onde o contato com aulas de inglês era nulo ou pouco eficiente, as crianças tentavam compreender o que era dito. Embora eu tenha lido relatos de pessoas que moram nos Estados Unidos, tiveram esse brinquedo e até mesmo eles tiveram dificuldade para entender o que era dito no brinquedo. Isso por conta da qualidade do áudio, né? Mas nós aqui do Brasil, a gente não entendia nada e tava tudo bem, a gente criava as nossas próprias versões que eram bem da hora. Os latidos de cachorro, a gente entendia, mas e o resto? Outro ponto também que eu já mencionei, né, é a qualidade do áudio, que deixava tudo mais difícil pra gente tentar decifrar o que estavam cantando. Até mesmo pessoas que são falantes nativas de inglês tiveram essa dificuldade. E é verdade isso aí, você pega esses brinquedinhos chinês que o áudio, ele é abafado, ou ele é muito estrondoso, não sei como explicar. É meio difícil você compreender algumas coisas. E é daí que vem um efeito chamado pareidolia sonora. O conceito de pareidolia é associado à interpretação ótica ou sonora, que varia com a capacidade criativa do observador. Capacidade criativa. É daí que vem o clássico ai, 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 a Olivia não tem pai. Ai, 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 carrapato não tem pai. Ai, 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 Deus humilha Satanás. E até em outros idiomas isso também aconteceu. Achando que isso era particularidade de nós brasileiros? Também não. E eu achei interessante, né, que enquanto eu buscava informações para poder realizar essa pesquisa, eu me deparei com um vídeo de um youtuber falando a respeito desse caso também. Esse vídeo tá em inglês, e ele também citou esse efeito da pareidolia, e a partir daí que eu vi que não é algo exclusivo dos brasileiros. E agora, para quem ainda não sabe, porque eu acho que boa parte aqui dos meus inscritos já sabem, esse áudio desse telefone vem de uma música original que se chama Butterfly e é cantada pela dupla Smile.dk. É um grupo sueco que foi formado em 1998 pelas suecas Nina Bokvist e Veronica Almqvist. Acho que assim fala o sobrenome dela. E elas cantavam aquelas musiquinhas assim bem alegres, né? Eles falam que é aquele estilo bubblegum. E eles misturavam esse estilinho assim alegre com o dance, que fazia bastante sucesso na época. Os seus principais hits são Butterfly, que é essa musiquinha do celular, que é de 1998, e Doobie Boy, que é de 2000. E elas ganharam uma grande popularidade mundial com essas duas músicas. O grupo também é conhecido por usar temas da cultura japonesa em suas músicas, como samurais e geishas. Ou seja, a partir daí já temos a informação de que esse brinquedo foi no mínimo produzido entre o final dos anos 90 a início dos anos 2000, embora a informação com 100% de certeza não exista ainda. A banda também é conhecida por muitas de suas músicas que foram colocadas em jogos de videogame, como Dance Dance Revolution, além do Dance Mania. A partir daí elas ganharam também bastante fama no Japão. Mas voltando para a música, ela foi escrita e produzida por Robert Hullman e Robin Rex, e ela foi lançada no dia 2 de novembro de 1998. A música é muitas vezes atribuída incorretamente a Yumi Hamasaki, dizem que é porque as vozes são parecidas. Muitas pessoas também acreditavam a música como daquela banda Aqua, que canta aquela musiquinha da Barbie, mas também não é deles, né? Embora assim o estilo seja parecidinho, não é deles. E vocês lembram desse clipe? Vocês já chegaram a assistir ele na internet? Esse clipe começava com elas descendo de uma nave, que era em forma de uma borboleta laranja, e aí elas tinham a missão de encontrar 2 samurais. Elas encontravam os samurais e depois voltavam para a nave. Na boa, eu morro de saudade dos clipes musicais dos anos 90 e 2000. Pra mim, foi a melhor época. Porque assim, não tinha todo aquele luxo e tecnologia de hoje, mas era muito mais da hora, era muito mais criativo. Eu sinto muita falta disso. Ok, né? Já sabemos agora de onde vem a música, mas já se perguntaram o motivo de, assim, milhões de brinquedos ao redor do mundo portarem essa mesma musiquinha? Eu, às 3 da manhã, também já pensei sobre isso. E se você você também já pensou a respeito disso, comente aqui embaixo. A partir dessa dúvida, começaram a surgir várias suposições. A primeira é relacionada ao sucesso dessa música no Japão e em outros países asiáticos. A segunda é porque eles buscavam por músicas que não dessem tantos problemas com direitos autorais e por algum motivo acharam que essa música não daria problema de copyright, eles poderiam colocar à vontade nos brinquedos. E aí tem a terceira teoria que eu, Nostalgia, dou o nome de teoria da Dynavision. Só muda a carcaça, mas lá dentro é tudo a mesma coisa. Por incrível que pareça, isso vende bem. Para eles, o importante é a linha de produção, né? Tem que produzir bastante para vender bastante. Então, se tiver que usar a mesma música, que vem do mesmo chip, e só trocar a carcaça para ficar mais rápido e eficiente o serviço, né? Além de que, se esse chip for o mais barato, isso também é levado em conta, eles vão fazer assim. Porque a criança não se importa muito com isso. A criança se importa com o personagem que ela vai ver na carcaça. Se é o Shrek, se é a Hello Kitty, se é a Barbie, se é o Super Mario. Então, eles se aproveitam disso e criam inúmeras versões aí desses telefoninhos. E aí a criança que gosta muito do Ben 10, ela vai ver lá o telefoninho do Ben 10, ela não vai comprar por conta dos efeitos sonoros. Ela vai comprar porque ela viu o Ben 10 na capa do brinquedo. E eu vim aqui com uma informação que será divisora de águas. Essa informação eu consegui graças ao vídeo do youtuber chamado Richie. Desculpe aí se eu estiver falando o nome errado. Ele conseguiu contato com uma pessoa que tem informações bem importantes a respeito da produção desse brinquedo. Então aqui já vai os meus créditos a todo mundo, né, que está envolvido aí nessa pesquisa, porque buscando na internet eu vi muitas pessoas falando a respeito disso em fóruns, mas eu não encontrei assim uma explicação tão boa, por isso mesmo, né, eu já vim aqui dar os créditos que essa explicação aqui eu consegui graças a esse vídeo, ok? Essas músicas são tiradas de CDs de compilados de músicas que aqui eles citam que são impopulares, onde são fabricadas as sound cards do brinquedo. Aqui eles usam esse termo e, bom, me corrijam aqui, né, se você entende melhor de eletrônica, qual termo seria melhor eu usar, mas eu acho que em português podemos chamar de módulo de som do brinquedo ou placa de som do brinquedo. Aliás, vocês sabiam que dá para comprar módulos de sons para brinquedos no AliExpress? Mas do jeito que nós estamos sendo taxados, é melhor arrancar de algum brinquedo velho. E aí, eles usam essas músicas porque na cabeça deles, elas eram impopulares e teriam uma probabilidade menor de dar problema com as leis de direitos autorais. O que não é o caso. A música, ela é popular, ela já apareceu em jogos de videogame. Eu também não compreendi muito isso aqui, mas se deu algum problema pra eles ou não, até hoje são vendidos esses celularzinhos com essa música. Se um dia a banda vai chegar e vai processar todo mundo, também não sei. Eles dizem que muitas músicas adicionadas nesses brinquedos são incomuns ou difíceis de encontrar também porque são covers. Outro motivo também deles escolherem essas musiquinhas é que elas são aquelas musiquinhas pop dos anos 90 que são alegres e o fato delas serem alegres combina com os brinquedos feitos para alegrar as crianças. Então, uma empresa fabrica esses módulos de som para o brinquedo e a empresa que vende de fato esses telefones de brinquedo só produz a carcaça dele e por um preço bem baixo. Isso porque eles compram em grandes quantidades, então se você comprou 500 mil unidades vai sair muito mais em conta do que você comprar 200 unidades, porque a criança de fato não se importa com isso. Essas fábricas de brinquedo apenas fabricam os moldes, como eu já expliquei para vocês, né, as peças plásticas, e os outros componentes eles compram à parte, e aí eles compram em grande escala. É citado que não sabem porque algumas músicas eram mais comuns, mas o palpite mais lógico é que muitos desses módulos de som para brinquedos, dessas placas de som para brinquedos, foram produzidas em uma escala maior ou por um preço mais barato, mais em conta. E é claro que eles vão comprar o que tiver um preço melhor. Muitos acreditam que deve ser algo relacionado ao custo. Então, chutando aqui, né? De repente, se tinha uma sound card que custava R$1, mas aí tem uma sound card que custa 50 centavos, que vem com a musiquinha Butterfly, eles vão comprar o sound card que vem com a musiquinha de 50 centavos, por ser mais em conta. É também citado que as marcas ou empresas, na maioria das vezes, são falsas.
É mesmo?
Uma fábrica pode mudar o nome de sua marca a cada poucos brinquedos que projeta. Isso pode ser para evitar ser pega ou para fazer com que pareça mais superior e com uma variedade maior. As caixas vêm tudo com um monte de informação, sinto muito, essas informações são todas falsas, só colocam pra caixa ficar bonitinha e chamativa. E também, né, quando você compra online, geralmente, você recebe o brinquedo embalado num plástico. Então ninguém sabe exatamente quem é a fabricante. Todos esses brinquedos, obviamente, vêm com marcações de segurança falsas, informações falsas que foram pegas da internet. Esses brinquedos não foram testados e vamos dizer que deu certo. O brinquedo vendeu bastante. No mundo inteiro, ele é conhecido. Como existem inúmeras variações desse brinquedo, eu não citarei todas as fábricas que já os produziram, até porque já citaram aqui pra gente que muitas das fábricas nem existem de verdade, elas mudam de nome, então é muito difícil você encontrar informações concretas de qual foi a primeira fábrica que produziu esse brinquedo. É muito difícil você encontrar essas informações. Mas eu citarei apenas algumas, ok? Tem a Guangdong Kunxing Toys, que desenvolve, projeta, produz e vende brinquedos eletrônicos. Então vende aqueles laptopzinhos infantis, brinquedos para bebês, carrinhos elétricos, os celularzinhos. E ela está em atividade desde 1996. E essa empresa distribui seus produtos para a Europa, as Américas, África e resto da Ásia. Resumindo, o mundo inteiro praticamente, né? E olha só, em 2010, a companhia obteve por volta aí de 26% de sua receita total com a venda desses brinquedos. A outra empresa é a Feng, que produz também vários tipos de brinquedos de plástico, brinquedos eletrônicos, e seus produtos são exportados principalmente para o Reino Unido, Estados Unidos, Europa e outros países. E tem também a Zhangping TK Toys and Gift, que atua desde 2006, embora outras fontes digam que atua desde 2004, e também produz os mesmos tipos de brinquedos e exporta eles para praticamente o mundo inteiro. E essa aqui foi a origem dos borboletafones. Eu quero saber se você já teve um em casa ou se você tem ainda um brinquedo desse em casa. Comente aqui embaixo se você já teve um, qual que era a sua versão. E é isso, nós nos vemos na próxima e tchau, tchau!
There's only one thing cooler than a squirrel. And that's a squirrel with a gun. It completely broke. It just totally fell apart. Dude, I swear, not planned. Not planned in any way. I don't think that was supposed to do that. Ah! Hey yo, it's me, and that's right, Squirrel with a Gun got an update a month or so ago. Ratatosker? A new rival arrives and joins forces with Mother and Father, who are dead, by the way, to destroy the neighborhood. Commanded to whip up a cyclone that wreaks havoc on the neighborhood. Can Squirrel overcome this new challenge and defeat Ratatosker to save the neighborhood?
Yeah.
No. Oh, it's been a minute. Yo. She's so pretty in her dress. So where are the debris of the golden acorn tree? By the way, also, how do you play the game? Forgot everything. Forgot literally every single thing about it. Was this always here? This is new. A chipmunk costume. Chipmunk with a gun. Chipmunk with a gun. No, right in your right eyeball. Goodbye. Okay, so we need to find the debris of the golden acorn tree. He's just floating. What is this? Is that supposed to be like that? I don't think that was there. I want to know about it. Is that a bunch of sheep? They're moving, whatever it is. Who dropped a gun down here? Dibs. Jump off of this and we jump on these things. Dude, I guess if I had gone up here, I knew the clouds were new. I should have gone and landed on one. Oh, I forgot that that's how you do that. Okay, thank God. Oh my God, no. Okay. Great, remaining clouds 9. Okay, so I probably would have figured it out eventually. Next cloud right there. Here we go. Bing. Yay. Okay, next. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Yay. Yeehaw! Bang! Out of here.
Squirrels on the approach. Target spotted. I think I missed. I did. No.
Yeah.
Next, please. Surprise! Doosh! 3, 4, get there. Yes! Back on the drone. That was sick! Hello. It's like, oh, wait! It's the last cloud. Come with me. TLC. Cloud 0. And now I can go here? Can I go there now? The tree moving? I've got the drone. What's the big deal? Just fly to the top. I don't even have to, like, platform this. Caution. Approaching further will begin a long and difficult challenge. Make sure you're ready before trying. You'll now be prompted to save the... Ooh, doing some donuts. I will save. Alright, long and difficult. Like longer than one episode? Or what are we talking here? What is this? I got some blueprint. Oh, it's Mother and Daddy. Of course it is. Demolish the neighborhood into a parking lot. No thanks. They're doing the sacred acorn ritual. Surprise. Oh, who is it? Oh, that's Ratatosker. Oh no, they've got an evil squirrel. Mind control. No, that's why he has a unicorn horn. He can receive their mind controls. Brother, no. I bet he is our brother. If that's my mother and father, it's like the shadow to my Sonic. Yeah, parking lot mode. Okay, go for it, buddy. Hey, no, I can't let you do that. Oh, he's very powerful. How are we supposed to beat this guy? Oh, not the jogger lady. She was mine to destroy. He's cycloning the whole neighborhood. So now what happens? Oh. Oh, falls 0. It counts your falls. I feel like I can find a secret right off the bat, because you know how that's like my toxic trait, is always thinking I can find some. Oh God, there's no gun. Okay, here we go. Right in the head. Take down. Bow. Bada bop boop. I've missed this. There's just no reason not to do takedowns other than that it's kind of boring and it takes a while. Not known for being a well-balanced game, you know? I would love to see some alternate takedown animations for each gun, but I understand it's a ton of work. I'm not complaining.